Let me ask you something. What would you do if the country you loved, the one you swore to serve, just disappeared? It's a tough question, right? Well, today we're going to talk about a great man named Sook Byun, who faced that exact choice. His story is an incredible lesson in loyalty and what it means to stay true to yourself no matter what.
Just think about that for a second. Imagine your whole world changes overnight. A new government, a new name, everything's different. Where does your loyalty go? For Sook Byun, this wasn't just some interesting thought exercise. This was his actual life.
So, when the Goryeo dynasty fell, the brand new Joseon dynasty came knocking. They offered him a really important job, trying to get him on their side. And his answer? It was so clear, so simple, and just incredibly brave. He said, "I am a subject of Goryeo. It is difficult for me to become a subject of the new country, Joseon." Basically, his heart was not for sale.
So who was this man with such an unbreakable spirit? Well, Sook Byun actually came to Goryeo from the Yuan dynasty, but he fell in love with his new home and dedicated his entire life to it. He became a hugely respected official, and today he's honored as the founding ancestor of the Jeonseo Faction of the Wonju Byun clan. His story is literally the root of their family tree.
Now, Sook Byun's love for Goryeo wasn't just something he talked about. Nope, he proved it through a lifetime of hard work and service. His long and impressive career shows us a man who was all in, completely committed to the kingdom he served with his whole heart.
His journey started way back in 1351 when he arrived as a brilliant scholar, but he didn't stay in the library. Over the next 4 decades, he climbed the ranks, holding some of the most important jobs in the government, from managing the kingdom's farms to being the Minister of Works, and even the Minister of Taxation. This wasn't just a career for him, it was his life's mission.
You'll notice that title Jeonseo keeps popping up. So what does it mean? A Jeonseo was a top-level minister, one of the most powerful and respected positions you could have in the Goryeo government. And get this, Sook Byun earned that title not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's how amazing his service was. In fact, it's why his descendants are known today as the Jeonseo Faction. Their very name is a tribute to his incredible legacy of honor.
And then it happened. The year was 1392. The Goryeo dynasty, a kingdom that had stood for almost 500 years, just ended. It was a shocking, dramatic moment in history. And for Sook Byun, it was the ultimate test. It was the moment he had to make the biggest choice of his entire life.
His good friend, the famous loyalist Jung Mong-ju, asked him what he was going to do. And his answer was just absolute. He said, "I will remain a subject of Goryeo. Otherwise, my only choice is death." Think about that. He wasn't being dramatic. He was saying that a life where he had to betray his principles, his heart, well, that wasn't a life worth living at all.
And you know what? He wasn't alone. There was a whole group of incredible people who felt the exact same way. Men like Jo Yu-seng, Lim Sonmi, Gil Jai, John Gwa-seng, Lee Sung-in, Yu Gu, Jo Sung-suk, Woo Hyun-bu, Go Chon-woo, and Soo Gil-bo. They all refused to abandon Goryeo. They chose to be true to themselves instead of taking positions of power. They were a brotherhood of loyal hearts, standing together.
So, after making a choice like that, what do? Well, Sook Byun turned his back on the new capital city, on all the power and politics. Instead, he moved out to the countryside and lived a quiet life as a farmer. His new life became a living, breathing tribute to the kingdom he would never forget.
And this is where the story gets really beautiful. He showed his loyalty in the names he gave to the places around him. He named his village Moreo, which means longing for Goryeo, and he named the valley he lived in Mughal, which means integrity will not be broken. His home itself became a constant reminder of his promise. How amazing is that?
When his friend Jung Mong-ju was tragically killed, Sook Byun was heartbroken. He wrote a poem to express his sadness, and this one line just says it all. He's not just sad about losing a friend, he's worried about being alone in his loyalty. You can just feel the loneliness and the weight of the promise he was carrying in his heart.
But Sook Byun didn't just live in sadness and memory. He was way too wise for that. He took all of his incredible life experiences, all the hard choices and deep feelings, and turned them into timeless lessons for his children and for every generation of his family to come. This was his real gift to the future.
He left behind 10 teachings, kind of like a guide to living a good and honorable life. And they're things we can all learn from. Things like serve your parents well,
Be loyal to your friends, respect your elders, study hard, and treat absolutely everyone with respect. These weren't just random rules. They were the code he lived by, a gift of pure wisdom for his family.
So when you put it all together, what's the big lesson from Sook Byun's amazing life? For his descendants, and really for all of us, it's a powerful reminder. True loyalty isn't just about a country or a flag. It's about being loyal to what you believe in. It's about honoring where you came from and staying true to your heart, even when, especially when, it's the hardest thing in the world to do.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. In our world, which is changing faster than ever, how can we take the wisdom from ancestors like Sook Byun and make it part of our own lives? How do we honor our own roots while building a future that we can all be proud of? Now that is a legacy worth thinking about.